I just want to quickly hop on and talk about the energy that we as human beings use to create our life and to bring our expression into the world. Because our expression is what creates our lives. Just want to talk about how we can better bring our expression out and how we can better differentiate the expression of any human being who talks or writes books or any type of communication that's being used, how we can determine whether this piece of communication is in fact the truth, is aligned for us, is good for us, or whether this piece of communication is just sending us somewhere else, somewhere we do not intend to go, somewhere misleading. At the same time, how we can determine whether the person is being truthful, honest with you and their intention to you, or whether they are just using language to enforce their hidden agendas. So the intention behind everything is what's most important. For animals or birds or natural world, since they do not use the language as we do, they do use the language, but they have a different language, and they just, they're free from so many things that we aren't. They're not as confused as we are. They're not, being conditioned from childhood or programmed by people in society. So the natural world is just natural. It's more free. So we can tune into this world, the nature, the trees, and the animals, and we can observe their actions, reactions. They're more free. They don't have these programs, or they don't have so much confusion as we humans have in the world. They act on instinct. They do not have hate. They do not have all these kind of emotions that humans have, which are hard to go against. They just so simple, and they do have simple emotions, and you can actually tune in and observe those emotions. They do have traumas as well, but not in a way that human beings, they do not react with such strong emotions as humans do. So just trying to convey my point that we have this natural ability to connect to everything in the world, because we are a part of the world. We are part of the nature that surrounds us. We're not separate from it, even though we have separated ourselves so much that it seems that we are so separate. But if we remove all these separations that we have made and built, we can see that we are so beyond these separations, that we are like one with nature, truly. So when we tune into that, we can check whether things in the world are in alignment with this natural truth, with the truth of lives, because anything that goes beyond our natural truth will not lead us to happiness. Will just not. It will just waste our time, our energy, and lead us to more confusion, more suffering. So these messages that people send out, we have this tool, a beautiful tool, language, but language is just symbols. They're just symbols of what we're trying to communicate. What lies beyond the language is our intention, is the truth that we are trying to either we want to lead people to the truth, or sometimes people use language in much more deceptive ways to hide the truth, or to lead people away from the truth, or to lead people to, like, make a cover up with their words to hide the truth, so people do not see the truth and are misled. But because we are all one and we are all part of this universal truth, we can tune into each person or each message that is being conveyed to us, and we can check whether this message is the real truth, is in alignment with our lives. If the message makes us fearful, if the message is not loving, if the message doesn't inspire us or makes us feel small, we can check how this message feels in our body. If the message is making us feel worse than when we came to hear this message, then this message was not needed in our lives, and we can just discard this message. Or if we're listening to a person and the person is just throwing out, beautiful words and fancy, flashy promises, but doesn't have anything behind these promises, no action that can be traced, no product that can be touched or measured, or there is nothing inspiring, there is nothing in the message that leads or makes our life better, then we know that this message has a hidden agenda, has a hidden intention. So we need to, more than ever, differentiate the messages that are being sent out, that being bombarded to us, because there's so many confusing messages that are being thrown out in this world, or just blinding us, confusing us, putting pressure on us. And we need to filter through these messages and only allow the messages that are true and in alignment with our own lives, with our own purposes. Because we all want to better our lives. We all want to be happy. And if we find messages that are very disturbing or destructive, or make us feel like we need to hide, like we need to fear the world, that there's something out there that we need to fear, then we know that this message doesn't bring us happiness. And we all are so powerful. We create our lives, and we have a right to be happy. We have a right to enjoy this world.